And some people say to me, Veg, why do you do it? Why do you come onto YouTube? You're looking like a corpse, you're feeling even worse. Why do you keep doing it? And I said, damned if I know. Fascism, that's some crazy ass shit. This thing. What was I saying? Oh yes, fascism is some crazy ass shit, and it's spreading around the world. And that's only one thing to be worried about. Psychologists say mental illness is off the charts. Of course it is. Let's get real. If you're not crazy, you're not paying any attention. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. That's it. If you're not crazy, you're not paying attention. If you are crazy and you're stressed out and you're you know, it's the nuclear war thing or the planetary climate catastrophe, or it could be something simple as inflation. When you go to the store, things cost a lot more. Why? The damn supply chain. Supply chain my ass. It's insane. It's nothing to do with a supply chain. What is a supply chain anyway? It's all this globalization, the neoliberal globalization that came about in the 90s and the 80s and all those horrible days in the past. Yeah, and of course the greedtocracy class, they all just went, globalization, what a great idea. Instead of paying somebody $10 an hour in North America, we can pay somebody 50 cents over there. So let's do that, and let's just stomp all over any workers we have. So they did that. And now where has globalization got us? It's got us into this supply chain thing. I don't know. Why did they supply chain things is all over the place when people could do it fine? Countries could do it by themselves. So fuck the supply chain. And inflation, right? Yeah, okay. It's because of the supply chain. It's because of Putin. It's because we're lining our pockets. Don't worry. Contraceptives will be illegal soon. You just look at that governor of Mississippi guy, and you know he's never dipped his wick in anything. Well, maybe a vacuum cleaner, I don't know. But you look at that and you go, this is the master race, folks. This is the people that are gonna save America. And all these killing machines that humans make. What the hell? Why? Why does somebody spend their mental capacity designing horrible things that maim and kill and destroy? Why? Because we're humans. It's what we like to do. You have entered into a very weird space. Forewarned is forearmed. Turn off your mind, relax and float downstream. You somehow made it to the sub-basement of the internet. You have reached the Veg channel. So now we arrive at the very popular part of our wonderful production, and it's all about my memories, because that's important to you. I'm certain of it. Memories. In my last video, somebody commented, I can't remember who, there's so many names that pop up in the comments and they disappear and then they pop up again. I can't keep track of it all. But this person, I assume it was a person and not a bot, but it was probably a person, and they said, I really like it when you tell stories about the olden days. Well, here, kids, is one for you. let's listen to the old man reminiscing about the good old days that weren't really all that good, but we kind of remember them as good, and then young people look at them as good and they get really pissed off at us. But aside from that, it's time for another Veg's Memory Lane. And this goes back to the year, way back to the year 1976, Americans' bicentennial year. It was the bicentennial of America, 200 years of pseudo-democracy. I was living with my parents, and I ended up working in this place that was kind of out in the middle of nowhere in Quebec, and earning some money. And I said, I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to go to America, the land of hippies and cool people and everything. So I said, okay, I am off. I traveled around, hitchhiked around, made a few friends, and had a few close calls and a few strange experiences. But it was part of my formative years and part of my education. Anyway, the summer of '76, my parents had moved from Montreal to London, Ontario. And London, Ontario, I tell you, you get here, you never leave. It's just that sort of place. Yeah, not because it's a good place, it's because it just grabs you and sucks you in. But where was I? Oh yes, my 20th birthday, I went out to the local college, and they had a dance with a band and everything, and it was pretty cool because I hadn't been out in a while, and I hadn't drank much in those days. I was more into more cerebral things, if you get my drift. So I was walking with a cane at this point, and being on the verge of my 20th birthday and walking with a cane was a bit embarrassing, but I was okay with it. And I'm sitting at the table, and this redhead girl sits down, and I'm looking at her going, wow, this is karma or something. There's something weird going on here. I ended up drinking a lot and dancing with said redheaded girl on my cane. Anyway, long story short, I ended up hitchhiking to Ottawa, where she lived, and she had a 1971 Toyota. It was green. It was like rubber band powered, okay? And we decided we're gonna go over to Montreal and visit my sister one day. So we said, okay, you know, we were first together. We're just hanging out and getting along and having a good time. So we drove out to Montreal from Ottawa, probably about, I don't know, 60, 70 miles. And we decided, what the hell, it was March, and spring was on the horizon. We said, let's go down south of the border. We'll drive around Vermont for a day or two. Well, a few days later, we were in Key West, Florida, and hanging out on the beach, having a great time. We didn't have a whole lot of money with us, so we were kind of tight in that department. So, but you know, we were escaping Canadian winter, and things were pretty warm down there, and we were hanging out down on the beach, and it was beautiful, lovely. As we were running out of money, we said, well, we got about $50 left, so we got to go back to Canada and get across the border, and hopefully this $50 will get us there. We're just south of Jacksonville, and bang, the little green Toyota with the 1200cc motor with an automatic transmission just kind of dies at the side of the road, and we're going, oh shit, what are we gonna do now? And we're sitting there, and a friendly trooper stops by and said, well, you got to get it out of here. So yeah, okay, we're gonna deal with it, it's okay. We're just Canadians, we don't know any better. We're going, oh, what the hell are we gonna do? And suddenly in front of us, 3 trucks stop, car carriers, you know, empty car carriers, 3 of them, right in front of where we're broken down at the side of the road. And these 3 truckers that must have been like sent from heaven or something pull out their tools and start looking over the little rubber band powered Toyota, and they finally figure it out. Okay, you need a new rotor. Your rotor's dead. Don't let them sell you anything else. All you need is a rotor. Okay, thanks a lot. That's great. We need a new rotor. We still only got $50 to get home. But hey, you know, we need a rotor. We need a rotor. So they're leaving, and one of the car carriers pulls up in front of us and said, well, we can't leave you here. We're going up to Jacksonville to the Toyota dealership, as a matter of fact. So we're going to put you up on the top level of the car carrier and said, now put your seats down and hide so that nobody will see you. And they drove us to Jacksonville to the Toyota dealer. So that wasn't enough. This fellow actually got out and said, okay, we're going to find you a rotor. So somewhere in the Toyota lot, a Toyota was missing its rotor, and we drove off. And somehow made it all the way back to Ottawa. Although those hills in Pennsylvania, I'll tell you, 1200 in the fog with an automatic transmission, and you're driving up the hill and it's slowing down and it's slowing down, and there's like semi behind you, and it's foggy, and you got the four-ways on, you're hoping they see it, right? Anyway, that's my memories for this week. And thank you for tuning into the Vegematic channel. You've reached a very strange channel. Hopefully you're enjoying it, and I make you feel some sort of relief from the hell we're all living through. Anyway, that's all I got to rant about now. You can hit the like thing, or you can hit the dislike thing, or you can subscribe, or you can share it, or you can do what the hell you want with it. I don't care. Not everybody can get the veg show. They don't get the deeper meaning behind it. I don't think I do either. Be well, everybody. I love all of you. I love you. I love you. And I love you.